Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, I want to talk about something that's been a constant thread through my entire gaming life. The hunt for a perfect social platform. Not just a game with a chat box, but also a true digital space where building a community is kind of the main quest. To kind of get things started, for me, as it did for so many others, my first introduction to this was Club Penguin. Nostalgia. I was that classic free-to-play kid that ran around with my two fucking puffles and a empty igloo, constantly begging my parents for a membership. Despite the simplicity and the lack of virtual funds, I did manage to make some pretty good friends on Club Penguin. It was simple, pure, and it gave me my first taste into a dynamic social life as a child. So it's like elementary school. That experience, though, eventually led to me wanting to get more into online gaming. At that point, I was in middle school, led me directly into RuneScape. Now, while I did my fair share of grinding in RuneScape, I was very obsessed with that game. I never actually took the RPG aspect of the games that seriously, and for me, it was more about RuneScape feeling like a massive chat room with medieval backdrop. I'd spend hours on there just talking, organizing little events with my friends on there, and yeah, maybe I also even pretended to be in a relationship with a few people in-game, man or woman, I have no idea, couldn't tell you, but I was a kid, and it was fun, so no judgment, right? I stayed with that for a few years, but eventually I needed a platform where being social wasn't just the side quest, but the main purpose of the game. And that's when I found the absolute gem, PlayStation Home. It was free on the PS3, and it was everything I wanted. It was perfect. A dedicated hub for global connection, friends from all over the world, building relationships that lasted for many years, even after the platform was gone. The customization, the mini-games, the events, the glitch hunting with my friends, it was truly morphic for me. It was an unforgettable experience. I probably spent way more money than I'm okay to admit on digital furniture and clothing. But I don't regret a cent. It was perfect for me. The community that I was able to build in that was everything I wanted. But then, as all great things do, sometimes it vanished. PlayStation Home shut down. I tried to stay connected with my friends, but without that central world to meet in, those relationships slowly faded. Now, 10 years, well, a little more than that, 10 years later, I look back on the memories fondly. Damn. And we fast forward to today. A lot of games have tried to capture that social essence. Some were direct ripoffs of PlayStation Home. Some were actually pretty decent attempts. But one game has stood out and innovated on the idea. VRChat. It's everything I loved about that game and all of the games prior. The connection, the mini-games, the events, the socialization, but the key difference, virtual reality. You're not just typing, you have a full freedom of movement and expression. It's the closest thing we have to a true presence inside of a digital space. Now, obviously, VRChat has its own unique set of issues, and it's not actually just pertaining to VRChat. This has been prevalent throughout all of the history of social platform games, but there are issues. Whether it's trollers or poor communities, bad representations upon the entire game as a whole, or the franchise in general, or the idea of these games, it diminishes the view that people have of this game, or these games in general. With VRChat currently, there's a lot of overly sexualized content, there's a lot of adult activities that take place, and there's a big problem with the growing presence of children that can lead to some very unsavory outcomes. But that's just the reality of the platform. And like I mentioned, it's not just VRChat. It happens in many games. Look at Roblox, look at Minecraft, anything. Anything that has the ability for children to play a game with an adult, you'll come across these problems. But even through that, I personally don't really care what adults, consenting adults, do in their free time. And yes, I am also aware that, you know, the attractive avatars are eye-catching, but ultimately, they are just avatars. My personal core reason for diving into a world like this remains the same as it was back when I played Club Penguin or PlayStation Home or RuneScape. I crave connection. I want to explore the incredible worlds that others have built, make new friends, join communities, and participate in events. So, I think it's absolutely okay for me to want to explore this space. And I want to take you along with me for the ride. So, that said, in the next video, I will start the process of getting a custom character uploaded, then diving headfirst into the deep end, trying to go from being a complete rookie to hopefully an active member of a new, vibrant community. I hope you guys stick around with me. I'm also going to start, like I mentioned before, using these videos, like even this one, to continue to expand on my own personal skill set when it comes to video editing. This is my first time ever trying to make a video where I am not just sitting here playing a video game, cutting up the footage, but actually trying to document my history and going through an event with you guys. So if you liked the video, please let me know. If there are issues, or if you've seen anything, or you want to start a conversation with me, feel free to do so in the comments. I would love that. That's pretty much it for now. I appreciate any of you guys that have watched the video and stuck around. I hope that I continue to see you guys in the future, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.